Okay, so just find a spot where you feel comfortable, wherever you're lying. Noticing different parts of your body, maybe an itch, maybe some tension felt somewhere. Just noticing. And we're actually going to start with your eyes gently open for this part of the session. Wherever you find yourself, I want you to pick a spot somewhere on the wall in front of you. One particular point, maybe at like 40, somewhere between the ceiling and the wall. And just focus your attention there. Your eyelids want to close, and gently close when you breathe out. When your eyes are open, keeping your attention on this spot, you might notice that your eyes want to stay closed for longer and longer. Still opening them and closing them. Just gently extending the breath, breathing out through your mouth for longer and longer. And after a few more breaths, perhaps allowing your eyes to stay gently closed. Eyelids heavy. Perhaps your body feeling heavier and heavier as you hear my voice. And what we want to do now, moving from your head all the way down to your toes, is simply noticing what you're feeling in different parts. Noticing that what you feel in different parts might actually be different. There might be some parts of your body that feel loose and light, and there might be other parts of your body that feel tight. There's no right or wrong. There's simply noticing and feeling into these parts of your body. Starting with your head. Perhaps noticing into the muscles around your eyes. Just seeing how they feel. Seeing if there's any tension, perhaps some ease. And for just a moment, perhaps tensing up the muscles around your eyes and then letting them relax. Noticing the difference between that tension and that relaxation. Moving now to the muscles of your jaw. First noticing, and then tensing, and then relaxing, noticing once more. Moving to the muscles around your mouth and your lips. noticing, tensing, relaxing, noticing once more. Moving down further still, down to your neck and shoulders. Just doing the same thing, noticing, tensing, relaxing, noticing. Moving down past your shoulders, to your arms, your upper arm and your lower arm. And then to the muscles of your upper chest and upper back. And those of your abdomen and your lower back. Just drawing tension and then letting that tension release. In your abdomen and your lower back once again. Moving down past your waist, perhaps to parts of you that feel best. Your thighs, front of your legs and the back of your legs, tensing and releasing. Moving down to your lower leg, past your knees, noticing what's there, tensing, releasing. Down to your feet, below your ankles, top and the bottom of your foot, all the way down to your toes, noticing, tensing, releasing. And now for just a few moments, staying at your feet, and in just a few moments, but not quite yet, in just a few moments, not quite yet, you'll hear me counting down from 10 to 1. Before we do so, finding yourself standing at the top of a stairwell and not quite sure whether it curves to the left or to the right, but I do know that it does curve and that it does so in the direction of your own health and well-being. And I do know that the stairwell is made of a rich, dark wood with a golden railing all the way down on both sides. Down the middle is a soft, plush carpet. A soft, plush carpet made of a deep, deep red. And in just a moment, when I start counting down from 10 to 1, taking steps one at a time, all the way down the stairwell. And when I say 1, you'll be more at ease and more relaxed. 10, 9, 8, deeper, and deeper. 7, 6, more at ease, more relaxed. 5, 4, 2 times more relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Finding yourself at the bottom of the stairwell, seeing in front of you now 2 doors. Both doors with a golden doorknob. Not quite sure what color those doors are, but I do know that one of them will open to an opportunity of healing, an opportunity for ease, and the other, perhaps to be explored on a different day, a different time, perhaps serving its own purpose. And I do know that in a moment, you'll be turning that doorknob. But first, noticing into your hand, noticing a warmth, whichever hand you'll be using to turn the doorknob, right or left. Noticing a heaviness with that warmth. First, starting in one particular point, heavy and warm and numb, spreading out in all directions, just a couple of inches at a time. That heaviness taking over both the front and the back of your hand. And moving up past your wrist, slowly, just a couple of inches per moment. Your whole hand, perhaps half of your arm, now feeling heavy and numb. Too heavy to lift, almost like it's being held down. All the way up to your shoulder. Noticing that one part of your body is heavy, and that even if you try, perhaps trying for a moment now, you cannot lift that part of your body. Noticing that the rest of you is free and light and at ease. And in just a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 3. And when I say 3, your arm and your hand will all of a sudden be light, perhaps even light enough to guide you right to that doorknob, almost as if you're floating. 1, 2, 3, your hand light and at ease. Perhaps even more at ease than the rest of your body. Reaching toward that golden doorknob, choosing whichever door you want to enter and stepping through. Closing the door behind you. Feeling good. Feeling good because you find yourself all of a sudden in a place you love, in a place you feel safe, a place that's accessible to you anytime you need. Finding yourself at the beach, looking out over onto the water, Feeling the sun, warm, pleasant, but not too hot. Feeling the sun shining on your skin. Hearing the waves coming in and coming out. Perhaps seeing some birds flying by in the distance. Smelling the salt of the ocean, so familiar. Looking around, seeing no one else. Seeing this opportunity is yours, yours alone. Taking a few more steps, feeling the warm sand between your toes. With each step, moving deeper and deeper into a state of focused attention. Walking up towards the water so you can hear the waves gently coming in and coming out. Laying down at a safe distance from the water. Perhaps sinking in just a little bit into the sand, feeling fully supported, still gently at ease. Looking up at the sky, seeing the clouds, knowing that in this moment and in this mental state, just like in all mental states, you have the power to choose, not always what's happening around you, but you have the power to choose how your body reacts and responds. Knowing that all that exists around you is but an image that we can draw close and make real, or an image that need not serve us at all, moving by, never to be seen again. And so on this particular day, the sky is blue and bright, but there are just a few white clouds. Seeing in the clouds various images, some of which might serve you well, and others which don't serve you at all. In the next couple of moments, just noticing what you see in the clouds that make you feel safe and warm, perhaps drawing them in towards you, allowing them to become a part of you. And those that don't, gently blowing them away with your breath, seeing them speed up in the blue sky and pass you by. And seeing the last few clouds passing in the clear sky, drawing close what serves you well, and letting by what you need not. Knowing that anytime you need, you can come back to this place that exists at all times in your mind and in your body. Anytime you need, gently closing your eyes and putting your feet flat on the floor. And whichever hand you used to turn that doorknob, allowing yourself to just turn it, finding yourself back in this place. Anytime you need. This place can serve you well because it's real. Just like there are real parts in your mind and in your brain that control how you feel in each moment. There's a part of your brain that you can actually find and visualize that controls your level of stress, your level of anxiety, your level of safety. 3 parts of your brain, perhaps visualized as dials. Just notice where right now it feels like those dials live in your brain. And at any given moment, each dial is turned to a certain number. The dials for stress and anxiety, perhaps at a 6 or 7 or 8. 10 being the most, 0 being none at all. Wherever you find those dials, turn them back down to an acceptable number for you. And seeing nearby the dial for safety, 10 being the most safe, 0 not at all. Finding in this moment where that dial is. Turning it just to wherever you want it to be. And having done that, standing up from the sand, and just for a moment looking out at the water, flat and still and calm as can be, as far as your eyes can see, calm and ease all the way out to the horizon. The waves that you heard before have calmed your mind, perhaps as clear as the water. So clear, in fact, that looking back, you can see a reflection of yourself Not as you were, but as you can be and as you will be, at ease, knowing that your body is safe and your mind will follow. Seeing yourself in the reflection, smiling back with this knowledge in hand, turning around away from the water, heading back towards our door. Stepping in back through the doorway and seeing the stairwell in front, but noticing now, perhaps curious, to find that the red carpet that you saw before is now the same deep blue as the sky that held those clouds. And in just a few moments, I'll begin counting up from 1 to 10. And when I say 10, you'll be fully at ease, fully relaxed, taking all that you've learned in these moments with you. Taking your first step, 1, 2, 3, 4, slightly more alert, 5, 6, being re-alerted to my voice and the sounds in the room, 7, 8, re-alerted to the feeling of the bed beneath you, 9, 10, gently opening your eyes, fully alert, fully awake, knowing that you can find yourself back anytime you need by planting your feet firmly on the ground and turning that doorknob and stepping back through.